Well, it's Thursday afternoon, and it just looks like any other Thursday afternoon. There's no sense of urgency. The leader, Senator McConnell, has sent folks on their way for the weekend, and no agreement on the COVID-19 survival package, which is what it really is for so many families. We are in a situation where it's another week of not focusing on how we get unemployment extension passed, or how we deal with hungry families, or make sure people can have a roof over their head, or support our small businesses, or our small family farms, or our first responders on the front lines, and others in cities and towns and in states that are providing public services essential to us, people who are in jobs that may lose their jobs if we can't get them the support they need. So that's not happening. No, there's a few nominations, couple nominations, judges, and let's put a few more ideologically extreme, right-wing extreme judges on the bench. No sense of urgency. We're here on a Thursday as if it was just regular business. You know, over 2 months ago, Senator McConnell said he felt no sense of urgency to act on what the House passed. No sense of urgency at all. And 2.5 months ago, the House of Representatives passed a critical survival package to continue to tackle the pandemic, testing, support our hospitals and nurses and doctors and communities on the front line trying to maintain, manage, and keep us safe, save lives. And Senator McConnell said he felt no sense of urgency. Well, he certainly has demonstrated no sense of urgency since that time, not even being in the negotiations that are going on right now. But this isn't a regular Thursday for folks in Michigan. No, this isn't a regular Thursday, like ho hum, let's just go home for the weekend, or longer. Because there is no sense of urgency in this Senate. The Republican majority sees no sense of urgency. It's just another Thursday afternoon. No sense of urgency to help people that are trying to figure out right now, because everything collapsed when the pandemic hit and their business closed, or the other challenges that they have took over where they're not able to work right now. What are they going to do? It is not just another Thursday afternoon for them. It's not just another Thursday afternoon for the single mom of 2 kids in Michigan right now, who frankly could very well be deciding whether or not she eats tonight, because it's so important that children eat. And she can't do both. So she'll go hungry one more time so the kids can eat. We have a hunger emergency in this country right now. It is not just another Thursday for folks, although they have spent too many Thursdays feeling hungry. It's not just another Thursday for the person who's probably right now in their car. Maybe they've been there 2, 3, 4 hours waiting in the food bank line to get some groceries to take home. And they used to donate to the food bank. And now they're in a situation where they have to go to the food bank. Never thought in their wildest dreams that would ever happen. And yet, it has. They feel a sense of urgency, not just another Thursday afternoon. The United States Senate, for them, they feel a sense of urgency for today and tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday and Monday and on into, and however long it's going to take to be able to bring our colleagues together. You know, I find it, it would be humorous if it just wasn't so outrageous to hear colleagues talk about how we need to get something done, when the House of Representatives passed a bill 2.5 months ago, HEROES Act, came over here, it's just been gathering dust on Senator McConnell's desk. We know that negotiation takes time. We know that you always have to compromise, and that should have started 2 months ago or a month ago, not after somebody is losing 60% of their income trying to hold it together for their family. And by the way, we tell people, go home, shelter at home. So your rental protections go away, your mortgage protections go away, we put more people on the street. That makes a lot of sense in the middle of a health pandemic when we want people to stay at home. I mean, every move that has happened in this U.S. Senate since the House acted has been too little, too late, and it's causing more and more devastating consequences as a result of that. I'll tell you who doesn't think it's another Thursday, just normal Thursday afternoon. It's 85-year-old retirees that I know who are trying to figure out how to get their medicine versus their groceries. And by the way, they haven't been able to be out of their house in over 4 months, trying to stay connected with their families, but terrified of what's happening. Will this be the rest of their life? What's happening right now? They certainly feel a sense of urgency for us to act. You know, the moms and dads who want their kids to go back to school safely, who are trying to figure out, and who are saying, you know, come on, this cannot be my child's education versus their safety. It's got to be both. That is not exactly rocket science. It's got to be both. You know, and I'm excited about the Tigers playing now in the baseball league, and I'm excited about the NFL and so on. But if those guys can get tested every day, why can't our teachers? Where are the priorities here? Do they feel a sense of urgency? I can tell you that my son and daughter and their families and my grandkids feel an incredible sense of urgency. They want to go back to school, to see their friends. They want to do it safely. They know it has to be safe. It's not either or. They feel a sense of urgency. They would love that this would not be just another Thursday afternoon when we end the week and everybody goes home. It's not that for them as they're trying to figure out where they go from there for childcare or for their school. It certainly isn't just another regular day for the teachers trying to figure out what to do, who went into teaching because they love children, they want to teach. They also know that they may have their own pre-existing conditions. They also have their own children at home. They have to think about their own exposure and how can they be teaching, which they want to do, but it has to be done safely because of all the other issues in their lives as well. When I think about the small business owner, and we have so many in Michigan, we have the most incredible entrepreneurs in Michigan, in every small town as well as big cities. And there are people that have poured their hearts and souls and capital and second mortgage on the house and maxed out the credit cards to have that small business that they always wanted. They're certainly not happy that it's just another Thursday afternoon ending the week in the United States Senate. They're desperate to know how to keep their doors open. And the 3 employees on the payroll, and we've done some good work in a bipartisan way on that, which needs to continue. But that small business person, the people I talk to in Michigan, feel an incredible sense of urgency. And when I'm talking to our family farmers who work night and day battling the weather and low prices and chaotic trade policies, and I talked to someone raising livestock who can't find a processor that they need right now to turn their food into food for hungry families. They certainly feel a tremendous sense of urgency. So the reality is that there are millions of people across this country who don't understand what is not happening here, why there is no sense of urgency, why there hasn't been a willingness to come together, why didn't it happen 2.5 months ago, what is going on, and why don't too many people appear that they don't care. This is the United States of America. We are one of the wealthiest nations in the world. We invented the assembly line. We put our footprints on the moon. We are seeing what is happening today. We should never have gotten to this point right now, where people are losing 60% of their income on unemployment benefits, are hungry, trying to feed their kids, worried about losing the roof over their head, or their small business, or their family farm. We should never have gotten to this point. But here we are. It's been more than 80 days since the House passed the HEROES Act, more than 80 days. And since that time, our essential workers who deserve hazard pay have been waiting. Those providing public services in our cities and towns and in the states have been waiting for the support they need so they don't lose their job and we don't lose those public services. Our businesses, our schools, our farmers, all have been waiting, waiting, waiting. And the reality is, because it's just another Thursday, right? Just another Thursday afternoon in the United States Senate. Senator McConnell has made it very clear that they're just going to have to wait some more. We should be, right now, voting on an important survival package for people in our country. We should be investing whatever it takes to manage and get our arms around this virus, do the testing, provide the health care, remain laser focused on getting vaccines, and people should have confidence that everything humanly possible is being done and that there is a sense of urgency here. I feel the sense of urgency. My Democratic colleagues feel the sense of urgency. We do not see through the actions on this floor that the Senate Republican majority feels the sense of urgency that every single person in Michigan feels right now. We need to take action. People are tired of waiting. They can't afford to wait any longer. This is about their lives and their livelihoods. People need help. The United States Congress, working with the President, needs to provide that help, and there's no excuse not to act. Thank you, Mr. President.